Hi there. This is the Paleo counselor, Shannon Myers. I'm doing another one of these Wellness Wednesday videos, talking today about my holistic UTI protocol, the number one protocol that has been requested by friends, family, and clients over the last 8 years that I've been in business. I am a certified rehabilitation counselor turned integrative health practitioner. I also do life and leadership coaching, as well as soul and spiritual awakening coaching and psychedelic integration coaching. Other things that my little business does, work as a consultant and a trainer, working with anywhere from preconception to working on infertility, to babies, to families, to groups, to systems, training practitioners, and it's all with integrative root level healing. The other things that I do, I'm a pregnancy researcher for research fellow for the Harkin Institute, and I'm also a adjunct professor at Drake University, training future counselors and clinicians. So today I wanted to share with you this holistic protocol that is a game changer for your urethra, the health of your urethra, because I love you and I love your urinary tract. Okay, so why is a holistic protocol important? There are many reasons that a holistic protocol is important and should be considered. For healthcare, it should be considered because UTIs are very costly, and they also lead to just recurring infections. The standard protocol is to use an antibiotic, and with antibiotics, what happens is it creates this cycle of creating an environment for chronic UTIs to exist. And the other thing that happens is individuals that have chronic UTIs take antibiotics over and over and over again, they become treatment resistant to antibiotics themselves. So antibiotics, therefore, cannot be used in life-saving scenarios, which is what they should be used for anyway. So we really need to start to question, why are we using the traditional protocol that is really counterproductive to what our personal health and what our collective healthcare is about? And with that, it's a condition where even the latest research is saying you should be able to treat yourself. And for $20, so yesterday I made an infographic showing that it costs about $2,400 per episode, a UTI, for your healthcare dollars. Just because you don't see that cost doesn't mean that we don't see that cost. This is why healthcare is so expensive for all of us, because all of these conditions are so expensive when most of them can be treated with holistic or integrative health protocols. So herbs and natural supplements and things like that. So I'm not anti, as I get put in this box of people not understanding what holistic and integrative and alternative means. I'm not anti-antibiotics, but I am anti-antibiotics for non-life-saving situations because of what it does to your microbiome. It disrupts the gut flora, your second brain. Your gut is the second brain. And so you'll see increase of being sick because your immunity is lowered. Your weight will go up because just of how the microbiome works. Mental health symptoms are increased, physical health symptoms are increased, and then autoimmunity and lifelong diseases are turned on epigenetically with taking antibiotics over and over and over again. And so this is why we have to stop the cycle and to introduce more holistic strategies. I've been using this protocol. I put it together about 8 years ago, and I've been using it ever since. And it has been a game changer for individuals with chronic UTIs. The other thing I do want to say is that I'm not a medical doctor, nor do I play one on TV. So if you're not really in the camp of I can heal myself yet, go and talk with your medical practitioner. The research is all out there. What I'm going to present today gets the job done. If you're on the fence, it might not be for you because you are going to be too fearful for it to work, because you're just not going to have that mindset. It's really holistic health. I'm finding that it's just a mindset shift for individuals who are like, I'm going to take charge of my health myself and trust the research and move forward with some changes. So it's an opportunity to, at all levels, to really look at a chronic health condition accounting for 2 to 3 million ER visits are because of UTIs, which the latest research says, why are you testing? Everybody knows when Everybody knows when you have a UTI. Everybody knows this. Your doctor knows it. You know it. Everybody in your family knows. Everybody knows. So you need to have a holistic strategy, something you can grab in your cupboard or when you're on a trip and bring with you so you don't have to mess around with all of that. Okay, so I'm going to give some prevention / causes. I'm going to list some of these out here real fast so that you know how to prevent them from occurring in the first place. It's 14 of these bad boys. Number 1, urinate before and after sex. It says every UTI prevention strategy, do it. 30 minutes before, 30 minutes after. Number 2, 2 life situations where UTIs are more common are pregnancy and in menopause. Pregnancy, just because of structurally where the baby is sitting lower and pressing down on your bladder and urethra, prime time to grow bacteria. And then with menopause, estrogen levels drop with menopause, resulting in vaginal pH changes, which creates an UTI. This is just for awareness to know that you need to be up on your prevention. Grab yourself some holistic healing or medicine that I'm going to talk about, and just prepare yourself. Because life is a long journey, and having tools at your disposal are going to be a game changer. Pooping and wiping. So constipation and diarrhea causes bacteria to grow, whether it gets stuck in the system with constipation or with diarrhea, it's traveling in the system. So wiping front to back and changing your underwear, things like that, are going to be very important for keeping bacteria at bay. Number 4, I see this a lot with busy professionals, CEOs, founders, leaders, people on the go. They'll hold it. They'll hold it a long time. They'll hold their bladder a long time. And that is anti-prevention of UTIs. Go often. Every couple of hours, you need to be going to the bathroom. Because number 5, you need to be drinking more water. Dehydration is a big cause of UTIs. So more water, please. Number 6, UTIs can occur with anyone. Most often I work with women. So I'm going to talk about feminine products, dirty pads and tampons, prime time to grow bacteria. Change them off from every 2 to 4 hours. A menstrual cup is a dope move. Practice it at home before using it in prime time so you get used to how that all works. Number 7, organic materials. Cotton undies, boo, are going to be the best move for you. They make a lot of cute ones. Make sure that they're not too tight and they're breathable fabric. It's the synthetic fabrics that can cause more bacteria and moisture. And some of those shapewear too. It's just not conducive to keeping UTIs at bay. I'm sorry. Sugar-free, having a sugar-free diet. A lot of people don't like this information, but sugar-free, alcohol-free, because sugar brews bacteria. And so a more paleo, Whole30 Mediterranean diet is going to be your best move. I'm not going to get into all that because I have a lot of individuals who I work with that have disordered eating, and we're not going there today. Limit your sugar, especially around the holidays, because that is you're gonna grow bacteria with sugar. It's like pouring gasoline onto UTI fire. Reducing stress, breathing. Stress contributes to inflammation at all levels, and this includes UTI situation. Number 11 is no antibiotics, because you're going to have to stop that cycle of the chronic UTIs and put something else in place. This is what I'm going to offer you as to a placeholder as to stop the merry-go-round of having UTIs. Shower after working out and sweating, changing your underwear often. Number 13, diabetes and prediabetes. 1 in 3 Americans has prediabetes. A lot of Americans have diabetes, so this is most of us. You're 50% more likely to develop a UTI. Manage your diabetes, treat prediabetes, actually treat, and use all the preventive strategies and get the holistic protocol. And then number 14 is there may be a reason you may have a treatment, may have a bacteria type that is treatment resistant to the traditional medical model and this one because it's a low-grade chronic infection. There's another strategy that I use for those folks, another holistic strategy that works really, really well. So with that, I do want to say that I really hesitate at putting some of these protocols out there because I make protocols for populations, but with that, when I work with individuals, I use the protocols individually with them and take their whole health into account. And that's what makes it really hard when I'm putting this stuff out there, because I don't know your whole situation. Whatever is the right move for one person might not be the right move for the next one, given everything that you know about yourself. And so I'm putting that caveat out there. And we may have to treat the chronic infection. And so if that is the case for you, please get a hold of me. I am taking new clients virtually and locally. Okay, so how do you treat UTIs? I actually use D-mannose, and D-mannose is a natural substance. You can either get it in a powder or a capsule form. Either way, you're going to take 500 milligrams per dose. That is 1 teaspoon. It'll say on the bottle what 500 milligrams, or you can convert it depending on what brand that you get out there. So you're going to treat it for 5 days, just like you would an antibiotic. And you are going to start with every 2 to 3 hours taking a dose, 500 milligrams, 1 teaspoon, taking a dose, holding your bladder for 45 minutes while drinking a lot of water. And then after 45 minutes, flushing out the bacteria, taking another dose. You're going to do that for 2 or 3 days. When I used to have chronic UTIs, I only have to do this for 1 or 2 days, and then symptoms will resolve. And so you have to really partner with your body when you're on a holistic healing journey for yourself and using some of these self-treatment strategies. You have to really listen to your body. You can have some bloating. I'll have bloating and GI upset with I do with using D-mannose, but not because I understand how the body works. It's flushing out bacteria rapidly, and I'm doing a very aggressive treatment protocol that is holistic in a way that it's my body's like, yes, let's get out of here. But with that, you're going to have the bloating goes away, the upset goes away, all of it goes away. And I know that I'm not disrupting my gut bacteria. My weight's not going to be influenced. Autoimmunity is not going to get turned on. My mental health is going to be fine. And I'm going to be able to be more resilient when cold and flu season comes around. And guess what? When I need to use antibiotics, I'm going to be able to use them for life or death situations, because I haven't overused them in my body. What happens with that is your body adapts and changes, and that's why it doesn't work anymore. So here's the deal with the treatment. I've got it for 5 days. You're doing it every 2 to 3 hours. But after 1 or 2 days, the research shows that 90% of the time, the symptoms will resolve. And then you can just take 1 dose a day afterwards. So then it becomes your treatment and your prevention, because then you're going to swing over from treating to preventing, and then you can just take 1 dose a day for prevention. Now, if you have chronic UTIs, really look into prevention strategies. And then also we may need to look at, you may want to reach out to me as far as to get to what is causing that. The medical model is going to say it's a structural issue or it just happens. Well, it doesn't. Okay. And the structural issue is just because I want to charge you to get it restructurized, because it costs a lot and they make a lot of money off of that. That's not generally the move there. So especially if you're in different seasons of your life, like pregnancy and menopause, it's par for the course. Consider having this another tool to your toolbox. You can certainly always go the traditional medical route if that's what is calling out to you. But if it's not, I've worked with so many women over the years and they've used it and it's been fine. GI upset and bloating, it's just a side effect because it's just how it gets the bacteria out. That's how your body works. I put this in my newsletter yesterday, my Inner Healers newsletter. I also put in some Boundaries Are the New Black information and some just information that doesn't get out there. It goes in my newsletter. If you haven't signed up for my newsletter, you're missing out, boo. You're missing out on healing. I sent this whole thing out yesterday, and people are treating themselves right now using this strategy. So you're missing out if you're not on that Inner Healers newsletter. It's free, and I don't have enough time or resources to quite honestly to spam anybody with anything. At most, it comes out maybe twice a month if I have something exciting and some free time on my hands. So that's out there. If you are looking to work with me locally or virtually, please reach out, send an email to me, and we can discuss how that would look for you in your situation. Typically, I end up saving people money if they're going more along the functional or integrative medicine route, and I'm taking new clients. For now, usually the new year, a lot. My practice is just busy, busy, busy right now, which is totally, I mean, this is so encouraging that so many individuals are taking charge of their health. The other thing is subscribe to this channel. Go on to social media posts. The algorithms are working against small business owners, and especially those that are holistic, integrative, and alternative, like moi. It makes it harder because the algorithms are pushing the traditional medical model because they have more money to pay to be the top lead. And so all of the actual things that are healing people at the root level are pushed to the bottom or second, third to 100th pages. And it's a real problem. So like the little folks, if you're into this, you never know what anyone's dealing with. You don't know what friend or family member has a UTI, so send them this video. Get on my Inner Healers newsletter. All this stuff is free. I'm not making money off of you healing your own UTI with D-Manos. D-Manos isn't making any money off of you healing your UTI. So this is why the traditional medical model and some quite honestly, the social media companies aren't that super interested in getting to the root, because then you're not a perpetual subscriber to the healthcare system and just passively spending your healthcare dollars. We're making things cheaper by using integrative and holistic medicine for everyone. My hope and dream is that healthcare becomes affordable for everyone, so people don't have to be chained to their employer in this toxic work environment just to have healthcare insurance. That it is affordable for everyone to go and do their own thing, purchase their own healthcare, and just have these strategies available to you. Just as far as an option through your clinical workflows of your doctor presenting to you. Would you like to have your microbiome disrupted, your weight increased, your autoimmunity perhaps turned on, your immunity levels decreased, or would you like to heal yourself and not come back to the doctor's office again? Pick which one. Okay, I'm unhinged. I love this stuff. Thank you guys for watching. Please share, like, you don't have to. But if this is like, a lot of people that have got UTIs, share it. Sharing is caring. That's what my little daughter says. Sharing is caring. Thanks, guys. Bye.